everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday afternoon live broadcast. It's been a long time since we've connected live. I'm super excited to be back here with you guys. And if you're catching this on the rebroadcast, this is going to be a new video uploaded for you today. So I'm super excited that you will be able to catch this at a time that's more convenient for you as well. I always like to take a second to ask that if you are new to this community that you hit that like button on Facebook and that subscribe button on YouTube. That way you will know when we either go live and or upload one of our recorded broadcasts. And always feel free to leave a comment or a question or an experience that you've had being part of this community. I go back and review all of those on all the rebroadcasts and comment on as many as I can. And if you're joining us live, I always ask that you jump in with an introduction of yourself, letting me know where you're tuning in from, maybe where if you have experience with intermittent fasting, if you've been in one of our courses, and or if you are registered for one of our upcoming courses. So our internet is a little bit slow today for some reason, so I'm expecting that there's going to be just a little bit of a delay. And if for some reason it's like sketchy on Facebook, always feel free to jump over to YouTube. And if YouTube's sort of sketchy, always feel free to jump over to Facebook. We are broadcasting live on both platforms at the same time. So very quickly, my name is Diane, and for the past 25 years or so, I have been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And in this community here, I am helping women do that through the practice of intermittent fasting and living a keto-like lifestyle. I went through my own struggles a couple of years ago as my hormones started to change and my body chemistry started to change, and really felt like I was fighting a losing battle when it came to even my own health and my own goals that I had for fitness and what I was doing with my nutrition, and have really spent the last 2 years studying what intermittent fasting can do for us on the health side of things, as well as what it can do for us as we are aging and or just experiencing some hormonal imbalance, which might be keeping us from getting to the goals that we're looking for. And as a certified nutrition coach, I'm taking in all the information that I have gathered for myself with expanding my own knowledge base with nutrition and hormonal balance, and what it is that we can do for ourselves to gain control back with a lifestyle that is really proving to be a very easy one and a very tried and true way for us to live our life and really have everything that we want. So today we're going to talk about not needing to be perfect and not needing to create a perfect lifestyle. And if you are a regular member of this community, you know that occasionally I pull in what I've learned through my own personal experience with the church service that I've had, and we are going to be doing that today. I try to really take something that I've learned in church and break it down to a lesson that even a non-church going person can benefit from. And that's really what I'm going to hope to do today. But I do reference some scriptures that you guys can go in and do a little further research, or maybe praying, or whatever it is that you want to do with this information that we have today. So I am coming to you as a certified perfectionist, hopefully in remission. I really felt like I came to grips with not needing to be so perfect with things when I did get sick a couple of years ago. I am an A-type personality. I like to do things right. I like to do things on time. And I'm very by the book kind of person. And doing life that way really proved to not serve me so well, as I was kind of going through this breakdown period of my body and really feeling like I was losing the battle that I had so easily won in previous years when I was younger. And I really had to take some time to let go of a lot of things. And for me, it was a time where I really became connected to my faith and really did rely on my spiritual growth and some things that I needed to do personally for myself to just learn how to be at peace and accept the fact that I didn't need to always be perfect, and that failing was really a sign of progress. And for me, that was really difficult to kind of accept in the beginning, because it's just not how my wheels turn. I really do like to do things well. I like to do things perfectly, and that was part of my losing battle, was that there was no perfection that I could achieve that would get me the results that I was looking for. And so what I feel happened for me was I really, through this whole letting go of perfectionism and my body breaking down and me losing the fight with what I was trying to do with my fitness and my physique and my overall health, really did open up an opportunity for me when I let go of the perfectionism to really feel like I was being given an opportunity to be sort of a teacher and a role model for other women who were suffering the same thing. And I believe that what I was going through and my opportunity to let go of my perfectionism really did open up an opportunity for me to gain some new gifts and be able to deliver what it is I hope to deliver here in this community. So I feel like I gained a new role, and my role really is to serve a community of women who are just like me, who are suffering and maybe don't have the resources or the tools or the time to do the research and experimenting that I did to figure out this way of life for us. And my role and my purpose is to teach you how to do this for yourself. And this is really where our philosophy in this community and how I try to teach you this lifestyle through the course that I teach, is for me to think for yourself and then develop a plan that works for you in your life. That's where the authenticity part of it comes. So we want to make decisions where we can look and feel our best, but we all want to be authentic in the way that we do that. And we don't want to have to copy or be a cookie cutter type of version of someone else. We've done that in the past. I've done that in the past. I've taught that in the past. And it really doesn't serve us well because we can only do that for a certain period of time. And then when we start fighting what is really authentically us, that's when a lot of women end up throwing in the towel and giving up because it's too hard to live in someone else's shoes. It's just not comfortable. It's not the way we're designed to live. And we really need to be able to carve out something that us and fits us well. So when I do these talks or when I teach my course, my main purpose, or I feel like my main role, is to give you the tools and the confidence and the personal experience so that you can figure out what is authentic for you and how it is that you want to live your life around food. And the reality is food's not going anywhere, so we have to learn how to live around it and live with it so that we can finally feel comfortable in our own shoes and live our life authentically. And so I get a lot of questions from women who want me to just tell them exactly what to do and when to eat and how to eat and how much water they need to drink and how they're supposed to do everything. And I would really be cheating you if I did that for you, because I'm not giving you the opportunity to go out and learn how to do it for yourself and then become the next role model for others. Others being your kids, your daughters, your granddaughters, your sister-in-laws, your husbands, your girlfriends, whoever it may be who's watching you go through this process. Like, our purpose is really to be able to pay things forward and take what it is that we've learned and the experiences that we've had and pay that forward so other people can benefit as well. And so I really hope that you gain the skills and the confidence and the experience to figure things out for yourself so that you can in turn be that role model for others. And then that second step is, then what do you do? What do you do when you've gone from a healing woman to healed woman? And how do you step into that role of helping others take on this lifestyle for themselves? And that's really where I think the authenticity part comes in. And, you know, we always say here in our house that we hope to model for our kids the life that we want them to live, right? So we never want to be those kind of parents that are doing life this way, but expect our kids to do life this way. And so if you become authentic and everything that you do in your life is naturally just who you are, but you happen to be practicing something like intermittent fasting and you happen to be practicing something that's a keto-like lifestyle, and you've really changed the way that you get through your day or you get through your life because now you're energized and you're happy and you're confident, and all of that seeps through us as women when we have those things, then we now become the person who is in the role model type of position that others are going to lean on and depend on to make positive changes for themselves. So we really get this positive role of, that snowball effect where we really can pay things forward, and we can be that person that can step into the role where we can share our personal experience and some insight as to how other people can take on this lifestyle and have the opportunity to take their life back and their health back. And then the third part of it, and the real basis of what I wanted to share with you guys today is in regards to failure, and how, so many times we feel like, and I felt like this too until I had my like aha moments and my complete breakdown and rebuild of what it is that I'm supposed to do purpose wise in my life. And I think getting sick was really sort of like a shaking of me to say, hey, Diane, you have something that you need to share, and God is going to give me the tools that I needed to, if I was going to be available to receive them, go through that broken period of my life, be in a position where I slowed down enough to do the research and really figure out how my body was working so that I could in turn share that with other women. And so we really have to become available. And how do we become available? And how do we become the type of people that can just go through life naturally and have others kind of look at them and say, gosh, I want to be like that person? And that's where we really have to think about how we handle failure and what it is we're expecting out of our own life and what we're expecting out of ourselves. And like I said, I am a recovering perfectionist and an A personality, and I have to have things certain ways. And that was part of, I think, what was making me sick, because I was just so pent up and frustrated and stressed out all the time and couldn't really relax enough to be available to take on some new things. And so what I've really learned is, and what I really try to live and how I try to live my life every day, is in the thought of failure is the place that I really like to be comfortable in. Because if I'm failing at something, I'm giving it a shot. I'm giving it an opportunity to have a place in my life. And we have to remember that when we try new things and we're experimenting with things, we have choices, right? So we can experiment with something and then we can decide that it's not working for us, and we can kind of shift gears, or we can tweak things a little bit and make them something that could be successful for us. But if we're so afraid of trying new things, and we're so afraid of failing, or failing makes us feel like we're done, we're not going to try anything else, and we don't give ourselves the opportunity and some grace to maybe go at it again in a different way, or maybe just try it again on a new day, because a new day gives us new opportunities, then we're never going to be able to really grow and get to that place where we can be the role model or the person that's going to lead someone else to make some changes in their life, because we're so afraid of failing that we're not going to try something new. And failing is just part of what we are designed to do as human beings. And the part where I started thinking about all of you amazing women in church, and I was thinking, how am I going to turn this around so that I can share this with everyone, was the verse in church where it's Proverbs 24:16, and it goes like this: "For though the righteous fail 7 times, they rise again." And what the message in church was, we should really try to be perfect at falling down and getting up, and not so afraid to just fall down. Because we have an option, right? When we fall down or we fail at something, like I just said, we have a choice. We can give it another go. We can maybe do a little bit more research and make some tweaks to it. We can just let it go to sleep, and wake up the next day and realize we have a new opportunity to try something with a whole new set of chemistry going on in our bodies. But if we don't allow ourselves to be open to that, to falling down and then getting back up, then we have no options. We're done. We've closed the door on what could be a really amazing opportunity for us. And again, I was really stubborn when I first started researching intermittent fasting, and I was so sick. But I was stubborn because I was looking in the wrong places. I was looking at people that I couldn't identify with. I was looking at people who were doing it in a way that I knew was not the end result for where I wanted to go. And so I kept looking and I kept looking and I kept looking until I found what it was I was looking for. And if I would have been in such a closed off mind that I was looking and wasn't finding what I wanted, and I said, oh, forget it, this, I'm done with this is not my thing, then I never would have gotten to that point where I found the people and found the research and found the books to read and found the guidance to experiment with things that led me to where I am today, a fully healed body, because I was okay with failing, and I was okay with knocking down extra doors, and I was okay with going, no, that wasn't right. I need to keep searching, and I need to keep searching until I could find something that made sense for me from the health standpoint, the hormonal balance standpoint, and why it was this could really make sense for me as a woman who felt like she was aging and had no other options. And so the failing part of it is really where we make the most progress. It's where we grow. It's where we can expand our horizons. It's where we can open up new opportunities. But we have to remember that failing is an opportunity for us to have choices. And if we stop putting ourselves in a position to be failures, then we've taken away those options. And I know that intermittent fasting is not a perfect science. And I know the ketogenic lifestyle that we are creating here in this community is not a perfect way to live. And I know there's going to be days when you wake up and you don't feel your best. And I know there's going to be days where you step on the scale and you're going to gain your 3 ounces or whatever crazy number that sets women over the edge. And that's all okay. That's all part of the process. And it allows you an opportunity to have some choices to say, well, I guess I need to try something new tomorrow. Or maybe I just need to give this a little bit more time. Or maybe I'm repeating some things that I've done in the past that just hadn't worked for me before, and they're still not working for me now. And just be okay with those things. And the part that really struck me when we were listening to this part of the message about failure, when we were at church on Saturday, was the fact that we don't need to be superhuman. And I know for us A-type personality women who are career minded and family minded and health minded and nutrition minded and relationship minded and finance minded, and we think we have to be exceptional at everything all the time, we're going to be very disappointed if we think that being less than that is a failure. That's not the failure part. And then for those of us who maybe feel like we're not shooting at 100% at all those things, and so then we feel less than superhuman, or the subhuman part is the way it was described in church on Saturday, then we dwell in that, and then we become depressed. And that's when a lot of the emotional eating aspects or the throwing in the towel comments come in, because if we can't be superhuman, then we have to be subhuman, and then we feel less than what we deserve to feel. When the reality is we were actually designed to just be human, not super and not sub, just human, with all the amazing imperfections that we have. And that's part of what makes us all so amazingly unique, and what makes us who we are in God's eyes. And as soon as we can be comfortable with that, then we can sort of take off all of those things that are restraining us and really expand on that and have the opportunity to take in some new things and be free to experiment and be free to not have a perfect day every single day, because we're not supposed to. But we have to realize that, and we have to be okay with that, and we really have to design our life to be that way. I feel like I am so much better at my business. I'm so much better as a wife. I'm so much better as a mom. I'm so much better as a friend now that I'm okay with not being perfect in all of those areas. I'm even okay with not being perfect in my workouts. I'm not perfect in my nutrition. I'm not perfect in my fasting days all the time. And I'm okay with that. Like, I would so much rather try and do my best and know that every day is a new opportunity than to always strive to be perfect, because perfection was exhausting, or trying to be perfect was exhausting. And I feel like I'm so much more open, and I have so much more to give, and I'm just happier with my everyday imperfect life knowing that that's the way it's supposed to be. And so if you feel like you're striving to be perfect in everything and you're just exhausted, trust me, you weren't designed to be that way. And as soon as you can figure out a way to maybe let go of some things and know that you're supposed to fail, but you're also supposed to have the strength and the courage and the opportunity to get yourself back up. And it's the get up part that really does give us the opportunities to start anew and fail again. And then we're going to fall. And then we're going to start anew, and we're going to hopefully fail again. And failing is where we're going to really make the most strides and the most progress. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, I failed a lot. I still continue to fail, but I feel like I am the healthiest, most confident, most grounded woman at this point in my life, failing a lot more than I did when I was a stressed out, not very fun, hot mess of a woman. And so for me, it's been very freeing. And I hope that you can think about some of the things that I said today. If you feel like you're kind of stressed all the time and always striving to be perfect, and realize that it's okay to let some of that go. And that the biggest thing is you want to get back up and keep trying. And when you can get relaxed and when you can find your peace and give yourself some grace and give yourself the opportunity to fail, then that's also part of the healing process as well. And we really, my goal in this whole community and everything that I do here and everything that we do in our course is really to get you from healing to healed in all aspects of your life. Because who really cares if you're eating the perfect macros, or you're fasting the perfect amount of time, or your physique is stunning, if your heart and your mind and your soul is a hot mess? All of that eventually comes out, and we really are striving for attaining that peace and that grace in all aspects of our life. And that to me is truly what a healed woman looks like and how a healed woman lives her life. And that's what I hope that we can strive for in this community here. So I am going to open it up to questions and comments and make sure that I welcome everyone who jumped on with us today. Kara's really good about posting all of the important information about what I talked about today, as far as like the, Proverbs 24:16 is the failing and getting up type of reference. And then the whole talk that we did in church was Ephesians 4, chapter 4, verses 11 and 12, if you guys want to go do that as well. And I go to Gateway Church, and you can always view the services that I reference, that I go see online as well at Gateway People. And I think Kara also lists that as well. Okay, so let me see who's here today and what comments and questions we have. Cheryl from Idaho, good to have you here. Finally catching you live. Well, awesome, and I hope it was a good live for you today. I find the more I keep myself in tune with your broadcast, the more I stay in tune with my IF lifestyle. Well, awesome. Always stay in tune is what I have to say, if that helps you, for sure. Dina from Colorado, I'm new, watching the videos a lot, thinking about doing your course. I relate to being a perfectionist, trying IF for 22 days now. My hot flashes are almost gone. Well, awesome. That's great progress. Yeah, definitely join our course. It's super, super fun. You're going to be in a community of some really amazing, like-minded, supportive women who are open to share a lot, which is what I love about this community the most. Once we get into that course and we kind of keep it a little bit more private, the sharing and the support that you're going to get from other women is like no other. So I would love to have you in our course in March. It's going to be great. Let's see. So refreshing and peaceful to live our authentic life. Listening to my body, and 24 seems to be my sweet spot for now. I'm 51 and my brain is so much crisper. Yeah, girlfriend, we're right on the same page. I'm 51 too. And I describe my brain right now as being strong. And there was a few years where my brain was very weak. And I don't know any other way to describe it but strong. And I know it is all aspects of my life that have gotten me there. What I've been doing with my intermittent fasting, what I've been doing with my feasting, what I've been doing with my exercising, what I've been doing with my faith, what I've been doing with my family, all of that together has really helped every aspect of my life. And I finally feel like all the pieces are coming together. It's taken me a couple years, and it's taken a lot of experimenting, and it's taken a lot of failing. But I can tell you that every moment that I've spent on this journey has been an amazing one, and I wouldn't change 1 second of it. At all. Even the darkest, saddest, most frustrating times for me have really, I love to look back on those times and know where I was and where I'm at now. And I have such confidence that if I were to ever, for whatever reason, get sick again, like I'm always in that position to be game ready to fight anything. And that's really what I hope for you guys to have too, that confidence that you have what it takes to get your body in a healed state regardless of what you have going on. And so we always want to be game ready, physically, nutritionally, spiritually, emotionally, cognitively, all of that, so we can think for ourselves. Just Jean, awesome. 24/7, sweet indeed. Yes, that's the sweet spot for sure. Life. I've been increasing food intake to maintain my current weight while IF, but my belly is popping out and starting to have small muffin top, while other parts of my body is lean. Any suggestions? It could be a bloating issue. So I would journal out what it is you're eating in your feasting window and see if maybe you have a little bloat happening. That could be just related to one thing you're putting in your feast if you're feasting more. And then just do some elimination type of diets until you figure out what that might be. For sure. I also tend towards perfectionism. I think I already read that one. I put so much pressure on myself to do everything right. I need these reminders to give myself some grace. Thank you, Diane. Justine, you're welcome. And I'm the same way, and I still can be like that. So I always try to regroup and ground myself a place of peace, and that's really where prayer has helped me a lot, and just being still, and not rushing through things so quickly. So slow down. And what I always say in our course too is just sit back and take a deep breath. And sometimes sitting back and taking a deep breath can really just cleanse your mind and slow you down enough to just come back to something in a different way. And that can really help with the perfectionism stuff too. Let's see. Cheryl, yes, I needed this woman talk. Amen to A+ personalities. Yeah. I mean, the world needs us for sure. So we don't want to like make ourselves extinct or get rid of all of those A-type personality things. We just need to make sure that we're doing it in a way where we're maintaining our own personal health is the big thing. Life. After a series of failed diets, I have been praying to God for my physical body to heal, and I realize now He has led me to IF. Awesome. I feel the same way. Now I am fully healed, not just physically, but also spiritually. Life, I feel the same way. So I'm right there with you, sister, and stay with it. It works. Everything comes together when everything is together. So keep it together. Gina, this is so awesome. Me too. Awesome. Sandy, wow, it feels like you are talking to me. Amen to you, Diane. Love, Sandy. Oh, Sandy, thanks. I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to all of you, and I'm talking to me too. So yeah, it's amazing when I'm at church. I always think about you guys, and I do think, I'm like, how can I turn this around to something that will apply to us, so I'm not just trying to be pastor of a church. I don't ever want to try to be that, or try to get or to come across as that kind of person. I'm not that person. But I do feel like there's certain things that we need to stay connected to. And Kara laughed at me this morning because I said, I really need to remember to do these types of talks from church on Monday so that I can stay focused on being at church and paying attention and trying to figure out how I can reteach this, right? Because if we can take a lesson, any kind of lesson in life, and we can take it in and we can dissect it, and then we can send it back out, then that means that we truly understand something, and that's how we kind of live out things. Again, it's the role that we have as a teacher, and then being available to take that information and then become the teacher to someone else as we pass it on, equipping people to have the skills, and then knowing that it's not always going to be perfect. And so I feel like those messages at church always come to me in a way where I do have the opportunity to think about you guys and be able to regurgitate it to you in a sense, so that I learn it and then you guys can learn it and live it. So I feel super blessed to be able to do that, and that you guys are so open to it as well. So thank you so much for always being open to when I do this for you guys. Sandy, wow, it feels like you were talking to me. I think I already read that. Ephesians. Okay, so Kara put all that in there. And then Dina, is cocoa butter a healthy fat? I think so. I would read the label to see what's in it for sure. I don't like to say yes or no on those kind of things. That I would read the label for sure. Healthy's so interchangeable depending on ingredients. Jenny from Michigan, graduate and passion planner. Have a great day. And it's rainy here in Michigan. Love you guys. Oh, Jenny, it's rainy here too. Rainy and dark and cold. Well, it's not really cold for me. But it's been awful raining for a couple of days. Max, or Nina, sorry, from February. Welcome. Julie, at work. Well, I won't tell anybody. Catching you live for the first time. Shh, don't tell anyone. I won't tell anybody. November holiday workshop alumni. Awesome. Kim from North Carolina and signed up for the March class. Yay, Kim, I'm so excited for you. It's going to be a great course starting March 10th. And what I love, I love every season of courses that we do. I love the November, December, January, February ones because it's holiday kind of time, and so it helps us get through that. And then I love the March, April, May because everyone's getting geared up to be healthy for the summer. And then I love the summer, June, July, August, because a lot of people are out of work or they're home with their kids from school, so they really have the time and energy to dive into what we're doing in our course, and then we're right back into the holidays again. So we're gearing up to my favorite time of year, which is spring and summer, and so I get super excited about being able to help you guys get ready for spring break or just the warm weather and being able to kind of shed off some of this winter blues stuff that we have. So it's going to be a really great time. Kathy from Arizona, welcome. Gisele, I think it is, from Seattle. I will be in the March class. Yay, super excited. Stacy, found you. Awesome. So glad that you're here. Diane from Pennsylvania, always good to have you here, girlfriend. Kathy, I'm in the February group and love it. Awesome. Cindy from New Jersey is here. Jillian from Toronto, February class, played a 4-day Scrabble tournament this weekend. Fasted as much as I could. 14 to 15 hours. That's awesome. Ate well, went a little off track, but not too much, and was very gentle with myself. So glad I wasn't trying to be perfect. Fasted 18 hours today easily. Girlfriend, and your post in our group today was phenomenal. And I know, Kara, got permission from you to share it. So if you're on our email list, make sure that you pay attention to the testimonial that Jillian shared with us about her weekend away and what she was able to do with her fasting and her keto-like lifestyle and how successful she was. And if you're not on our email list, make sure you get on it. We are starting to do more recipes on there, keto-like, easy meals that you can put together, and sharing some of the progress that some women are having in our group so that you can find some hope and maybe some connection with someone to help you get through whatever it is that you're going through. Gail from February course, so excited. Less pain and stomach is getting flatter. So grateful for you in this course. Oh, Gail, thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm super excited. Yeah, there's nothing better than getting your flat abs back. And we're not trying to be cut or any of that if that's not your goal. And if you notice, I don't share any before and after pictures in this community. I think we're kind of over that in this stage. I really want to know how you're feeling, and if you're feeling amazing, you're gonna look amazing, and we just trust that. So but I love when you guys share that you're getting your flatter abs back, or that you're fitting into jeans you haven't worn in years. All of that stuff is super important to our confidence, and when we're confident, we tend to be a little more outgoing, and all of that glows, and then we do attract those people that we want to share what it is that we're doing with. So congratulations. There's nothing better than flat abs if you've been struggling with that for a while, and I know I went through the same thing. Tracy from the June 2017 class, so good to have you here, girlfriend. Sharon, thank you for the soul healing words today. Sharon, you're welcome. Thanks for being here with us. I appreciate you. Kim, I understand about being a perfectionist. I have been that way most of my life. However, because of so many failures, I am now on the other end and won't do anything. Okay, girlfriend, we need to have you come to the middle, Kim. We need you to shake off the perfectionism part, but don't be the subhuman parts. We don't want to be superhuman, and we don't want to be subhuman. Come back to where we are just human, and we can help you make sure that you're tweaking things, that you're failing correctly, you're falling correctly, and you're going to get yourself back up. So we don't want to spend too time in the subhuman part. Come back with us in the middle, and we will pull you along with us and help you get yourself back up. Yvonne just jumped on. It's been too long. I was thinking about you this weekend, and Yvonne, and I actually put some stuff in an envelope for you, and I'm going to get it mailed off probably tomorrow because this woman doesn't go out in the rain, and it's pouring right now. So I will get it to the post office as soon as it stops raining here, and I have a little gift I want to share with you. So always appreciate you being here, and I have missed you for sure. I've noticed you haven't been here. I know you're busy though. Let's see, Renee. I returned home to Minnesota today from North Carolina. Grandbaby didn't want to come out during my visit. Hope to catch you live today. Oh no. Well, you're gonna have to go back for sure. And then Sarah, hey, new to your channel. Awesome, Sarah. Well, make sure you subscribe while you're there so that when we go live, you'll know we're here. And next to the subscribe button is like a little bell. Make sure you click on that too. That way you're actually notified when we go live. And I feel your pain with the grandbaby delay. Logan was 13, 14 days late or something. And I did all of those little wives' tale things. I, walked up a curb like this. We ate really spicy Thai food. I mean, we did everything they said to do to try to get that baby to come out. And he was 14 days late. But babies come when babies come, I guess. I don't know. But hopefully you'll get to go back when the baby's born and help out there. That would be a blessing for sure. Okay, anything else you guys want to talk about today? I'll recap really quickly. We definitely want to make sure that we are not living on that perfectionist train. Perfectionism does just stall us in life and takes us away from the opportunity to really be available to new things. And we don't ever want to not be available to new things. The verse that I quoted from the sermon that I went to this weekend was Proverbs 24:16. And it goes like this: for though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. So if you want to be perfect at anything, be perfect at failing well. Fail, fall, and get yourself back up. Because what we want to do is make sure that we're living the kind of life that people are going to look at and say, I want to be like her. I want to look like her. I want to be happy like her. I want to do the things in life that she's doing. And really, that's our purpose, is to be the role model for others. Live in a way that other people are going to pick up on what it is you're doing. So you're going to set the example. And like we say in our house with our kids, that we live our life the way that we want our kids to live their life. So we want them to model or mirror what it is that we're doing. And that truly is what we're supposed to be doing in life, living our life in such a way that other people want to live their life that same way. Again, I was referencing a lot of information from the Gateway Church service that I went to this weekend. I'm going to try to do this every Monday when we go live on Monday. So if this is your gig and you find some inspiration and hope in this, then make sure you're tuning in on Mondays for sure. I always try to repurpose it so that for my women who like the scripture and like what it is that I'm sending to you guys in a spiritual format, you'll get something. And for those of you who just want the intermittent fasting and keto-like lifestyle information and the hope that you can do some positive changes for your life, I will deliver it in that way as well. So I want to make sure that I'm serving all of the community that we have here. So I am going to jump off for now. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. So make sure you've liked and subscribed so you'll know when we go live. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the difference between clean fasting and dirty fasting, and why and when clean versus dirty is appropriate. So make sure that you are connected with us, and we will go over all of that information tomorrow on our live broadcast at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, both here on YouTube and Facebook. I always appreciate the time that you guys are willing to give me so I can spend it with you. Make sure you have a safe rest of your afternoon, and I will see you guys tomorrow, Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good rest of your afternoon.